Over the past decade, we've stayed in hundreds of unique rental properties around the globe. So we've partnered with Airbnb to create a series called Meet Your Host. Their platform has seen tremendous success for hosts of unique stays. We'll be visiting these unique properties around the world and hearing from the people who brought them to life. I'm Kristen Sarah, and welcome to another episode of Meet Your Host. I am in Nosara, Costa Rica, where I'm going to meet up with Jack, who is originally from the UK, moved to Costa Rica, and has set up a thriving business based on not one, but two Airstreams. Hello, Jack. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you guys too.
I'm so excited to be here. I feel like it's going to feel like home in a way because we also live in an Airstream, half of the year. So I'm excited to see the two Airstreams.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you guys.
All right.
Come on in.
First of all, the atmosphere here is beautiful. It feels like I'm standing beside Luna, our Airstream, but then we're in this tropical paradise, and there's two of them, not just one.
This is our 1978 Airstream Ambassador. I found this guy in Ohio, of all places. Yeah.
This is amazing, and I'd like to know more about why. First of all, why Airstreams and why Nosara?
I first came to Costa Rica and Nosara in 2008. In my early 20s, I used to be a surf instructor. So I came out to work for one of the surf schools here in Costa Rica. Spent almost 2 years out here, left, came back, left, came back. I found myself in 2017 with some time off my job back in Europe. And longing to be back at the beach, back in the jungle. And I decided to come back out and figure out how I could spend more time here. We actually first started to get tourists from Costa Rica, from San Jose, the city folk who needed a break from their lives and the lockdown, which was much more serious in those urban areas. So we had weekend visitors, and it was a great soft opening, and then as things started to open up, we were ready for what came next, which was popularity on Airbnb, which is great.
All right, I am dying to get inside to see, so
Let's
can we go in?
Yeah, of course.
Great.
Come on in.
Oh my god! This is amazing!
Welcome.
The first thing that comes to mind as soon as I stepped in is just how spacious it is. I love how open it is.
Yeah. Both the Airstreams are different. We design them differently. As you know from your renovation, you kind of have to work with the space you've got.
I love how you've kept some of the original vintage pieces.
Yep, original cabinets.
Yeah. And the bed is this a queen size bed?
Yeah, it's at least a queen. It's a little bit bigger. Obviously the corners are curved in. That was a challenge in itself, just finding the bed to fit here. We ended up having to get custom foam square. So it's a Tempur-Pedic foam mattress, super comfy. All the sheets are from a company in San Jose, the hotel quality sheets. So it was really important for me. As a pilot, I've spent a lot of time in hotels, and I took my experience in all these different hotels, the things that I liked, the things I didn't like, and the things that were really important to me. And one of those is a really comfy bed with really comfy sheets. Another
thing I'm seeing are these cabinets under here. It's for luggage specifically,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Obviously, the limited space, you need a place to put your suitcase once you've unpacked. So I made sure that the cupboards under the bed were big enough for luggage. Surfboards aren't going to fit in here, so we had to build the outdoor storage for those. But yeah. Obviously, people aren't traveling with a whole lot of stuff, but that big bulky suitcase, you do need somewhere to put it, so that slides right under the bed. You've got plenty of drawers under the sofa for all your clothes and the wardrobe towards the back. But yeah, once you've unpacked, you need somewhere to tuck that away until it's time to go home. Some of those important things, especially for my demographic, which is generally solo travelers, couples, maybe a young family, everyone who's here is usually got to stay connected to home or to work. So Both Airstreams have a desk. This is a sitting desk. The other Airstream has a standing desk towards the back. There's a stool as well. But a nice workspace. And then the internet, we use a local company here, and they're pretty good. I mean, we're in the jungle. It does go out occasionally, but I try to make sure that the speed is 100 meg plus, just so people can work and stay connected. A vintage trailer just in itself is iconic, you know, and people fall in love with them. I found you guys very early on in the process and saw your renovation, and it was a good bit of inspiration for me. So I took my favorite parts of everyone else's renovation and kind of mashed it into my own.
This
You want to open
like,
it up?
as soon as like we saw this, we're like, okay, we need to renovate our Airstream again because this is amazing. It's such a feature. Yeah, let's open it up.
Cool. All right, you want to get that side?
Sure. All right. These like hydraulic.
Yeah, it sounds like a spaceship opening, huh?
Oh my gosh.
When I found the Airstream, it was completely bare inside. The guys who had it before me had started a food kitchen renovation, I guess. They had the service window put in, but that's as far as they got. I toyed with the idea of maybe opening a taco stand or a small restaurant, but I sort of steered away from that and went back to the Airbnb. Which I'm glad I did, and it works great. You know, as I mentioned previously, you want to be outdoors, you want to be in touch with the nature here in Costa Rica, and this is ideal. You can sit on the sofa, read a book, you've got the window open, there's already a nice breeze coming in. Yeah, I love the window. It's a great feature. It wasn't my idea, but I'm glad I found it.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of the first things you see when you come in here. You're like, ooh, what's that?
The choice of using Airbnb over other platforms is just the ease of use. It's so intuitive, it's so easy just to set up. You can literally set your account up in a day and be hosting, you know, within a week as soon as you get your first bookings. And the payment methods, like everything just flows. It works really, really well. There's a lot of platforms out there, won't name any names, but they're just not intuitive. There's a lot of work that goes into them, and not much help from them either. You know, if you have any questions or things like that, Airbnb's been really helpful.
So, full-size bathroom almost, regular toilet, we've got our sink, we provide, you know, hand wash, hand sanitizer, shampoo, nice big shower, hot and cold water.
And you can fit in this easily.
Yeah,
And
do I need to?
how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot, so
Okay.
yeah, I can stand easily in the shower. The other bathroom's a little bit smaller, but
That's impressive for an Airstream.
yeah.
You know, even staying in a caravan, it's not the same as staying in an Airstream, especially an older one. These are both from the 70s. The windows are original, a lot of, you know, the light switches and things like that. The places that they're in, it's not super intuitive. Yeah, they loved it though. Everyone who's come and stayed, a lot of them haven't been in an Airstream or a caravan. There's not many caravans in Costa Rica, let alone Airstreams. So yeah, it's a real novel experience for people to come and stay in the Airstreams, and everyone's really enjoyed it.
I felt like there was a bit of a gap in the market here in Nosara. You've probably seen all the huge $1 million homes. There's not much for like a young family, a solo traveler, a young couple, other than a hotel room. And sometimes, you know, when you're traveling, especially if you're doing a longer trip, you want your own cooking facilities, you want your own space, a little bit of an outdoor space too. And traveling in the pandemic, it's kind of perfect. It's your own little capsule of fun. Down by the beach.
I'd love to see more of the property. Can you show us around a little bit?
Of course, yeah, I'd love to.
And the bikes.
Yes!
Right.
Bikes. Yeah, we're so central here that once you arrive, you don't really need anything other than a bicycle to get around. You can get to the store, you can get to the restaurants. They each have a lock if you want to leave them on the beach and go for a swim. And they're free for everyone to use. We've got our ping pong table. It's fabricated in San Jose and brought down by a local metal worker, Don Gerardo. He built this for me. It's 1/4-inch steel. We went a little bit over the top with the ping pong table, quarter-inch steel, and it's going to last forever, just like the Airstreams do. So
in Costa Rica, there's not many caravans. There's definitely not many Airstreams, so I shipped both of these guys down from the States. I'm British, so that was an experience in itself. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in the US. So I was searching on Craigslist, eBay, and found this guy in Ohio, and the other guy I found in Connecticut. When I found both the Airstreams, they were in sort of different states of repair. This guy was pretty good. The other one was basically like a barn find. It didn't have a floor, it didn't have interior walls. So I spent a little bit of time working on them in the US. I found a workshop up there that let me park them up and go spend a couple months. We did some wiring, the subfloors, things like that. Shipped them down. It was a challenge in itself. There was a lot of hurdles to jump over, roadblocks, just things that came out of left field. Yeah, it was an experience for sure. With regards to the renovations, back home, I'm actually a commercial pilot, so the electrical things I had a bit of an understanding of. Woodworking, carpentry, I brought in the professionals, and I really wanted to do that here. Having been in the States, you know, you've got everything you need 5 minutes away, regardless of where you are. Here in the jungle, it's a little bit different. So with the interiors, I designed them. I kind of chose different things that I liked from other renovations, including yours. And I had some local carpenters come in and help me with the renovations. But one of the things I wanted to do was use local materials. The floors are teak wood floors. The countertop in the kitchen is Guanacaste, the national tree of Costa Rica. And yeah, the local guys who came in to help, awesome. Did a fantastic job. Never seen an Airstream in their lives, but they're so talented that they found all these like crazy workarounds for the curves, for the floor not being there's no straight lines in there. So yeah, it was a challenge, and they all said they really enjoyed it. The renovation took probably like between 6 and 12 months. There was different phases where different things were ready. Obviously, with everything that's happening with the COVID-19 pandemic, we sort of tapped on the brakes a little bit. We had a deadline, blew through it completely. We weren't ready, and then with everything that was happening, it kind of helped me just sort of tap on the brakes, relax a little bit, make sure everything was done perfectly. So we slowed down and finished it slower than we had originally planned to. But yeah, we got it done in about a year. For me, obviously just owning land here in Costa Rica, being able to just live here, sustain myself is in itself the reward for me. You know, that was the ultimate goal, is to be able to be here and have an income, and provide something a little bit different. I think with the Airstreams, they're so made for Airbnb. The platform is all about special, unique places, staying in somebody's home, not a blank room or, you know, a sterile environment. It was like the obvious choice for the Airstreams, and they've done so well on the platform. Yeah, it's been a good experience.
everyone's here either to surf or do yoga or, you know, just to take a break from city life. So yeah, we've tried to create like a nice calming environment. You can surf, you've got space on your deck to do yoga. We've got the ping pong table and a fire pit too, so you can have a grill, cook up.
You're down here in the jungle, I mentioned it before, you're outdoors a lot, you really don't need that much. I think we live in a society now where we have a lot of material things, and you know, these guys are like almost 50 years old. We upcycle them, we reuse them, you know, we could tow them away and pull up the planks off the deck and it would look just as it did when we found the place. You know, I want people to leave knowing that they can live a nice, simple, easy life by the beach, and hopefully it inspires them to do something similar.
Although there were several hurdles to overcome, it's apparent that there's a thriving business here. People want to come from all around the world to spend time in these 2 Airstreams by the sea, and it's also given me some inspiration and ideas to bring our own Airstream to Costa Rica. I hope you enjoyed Jack's story as much as I did.